Hello, welcome to episode 20 of the Islanders podcast. My name is James.
And my name is Daniel.
And my name's Yen.
Welcome back to our podcast. Before we start the podcast today, we want to encourage you to follow us on YouTube, on social media, and on anywhere you can find us, basically. And we also want to encourage you to leave a comment on YouTube. That's what we've been doing recently, is encouraging people to comment on YouTube, and then we can, interact with you, right?
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk a little bit, before we start our podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about
Something
the upcoming
going to happen.
election.
The
election.
That is going to happen in Taiwan this weekend, actually.
Yes.
So today's Wednesday. So
Yeah.
I think on Sunday
Yeah, this Sunday.
is the voting election day.
Yeah.
So if you're still not at home, please get your ass back home and remember to go to vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember
It's
to get
very
up.
important.
Yeah.
No matter who you support, go to, have a say in the election. Yeah.
Yeah. Being part of the democracy.
Yeah, I think
That we're joining.
last election,
Last
election.
2 years before.
I think only 60 or 70% of our generation go to vote.
Yes.
So we gotta, work hard.
Not so maybe.
It's not that great.
Yeah.
I mean, you should. I mean, it's no reason not to go, right?
Yeah.
It's quite fun, meet your neighbors and stand in line for a long time, and then it was a fun experience for me, and also it's very important for our society.
For our society, yeah. That's
Yeah.
True.
So remember to go home and vote.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we hope we can accompany on your journey home if you're listening now. So yeah.
And actually, this is our the second vote for both three of us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We can vote when we are 20 years old here in Taiwan.
Yeah.
No, 18.
18.
20.
18
18
for the next
for the
generation.
referendum.
Yeah.
For the
Yes.
referendum. Yeah. But for the
elections,
government
officials, yeah.
is 20 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think we should go to 18 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's something we can work towards.
And as our child gets get fewer and fewer, I think consider the younger generation. They should
have a voice.
Yeah,
right?
they have a voice.
Yeah.
They should include more people into.
So because a lot of the older generation, like our parents, or even older, they go to vote a lot, right?
Like a
So
lot.
if we don't, if the younger generation doesn't go to vote, then our voices will not be heard.
Yeah. Have you seen the advertise? You see the commercial. One of the commercial that telling people to get vote, and I think it's from the US, and
Yes.
it's quite
Sarcasm.
quite cool. Yeah, sarcasm, and it's saying those old people just telling you
Do not vote.
do not vote, and they will go to vote. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
yeah.
one. Yeah, and that's. Yeah.
I mean, that is a way to, to encourage young people to go vote. But not necessarily are we standing opposed to the older generation. It's just that we all should have a say in our government, right?
Yeah.
And we shouldn't, we don't go to vote and then we complain about the government. And it's
that's
not
true.
nice.
That's true. Not nice.
Yeah, I think you should actually have a say in it before you.
It's like taking your responsibility to the society.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
It's more like a responsibility, not like a privilege.
Privilege.
Yeah.
So-
And also, we are very lucky to be able to vote here in Taiwan.
Yeah, born in the democratic country.
It's a great feat for our country, and a lot of work went into it.
Yeah.
From past generations or anything. Yeah.
So do you talk about politics with your parents?
Not quite.
Not quite.
Yeah, but I tend to agree with my parents just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Actually, my parents always trying to brainwash me whenever they're watching news.
Okay,
really?
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes it's very hard when you're with family, to talk to them about politics.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
they are sometimes more passionate than
you are
about politics, and
Yeah.
it may end up, not in some kind of
kind of
maybe
reasonable talk.
but most of the time it's like if you go really hard against them, then you have
to
get
pay
really bad results.
Yeah.
I
So-
think
for
we'll
that.
just
Yeah,
buy,
I think conversation is good,
yes.
Yeah.
but sometimes you cannot force it. I think. Yeah.
Maybe we can just give our parent a plane ticket let him
send them away. Just send them away.
No, we're not going to get into politics
that,
today. So we're just asking you to go home and vote and to make your voice heard. That is what we're saying. We're not by any means supporting any political figure or what, but it's your own voice. It's very important for you to let it be heard.
You should do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and since this week is the beginning of 2020,
okay.
So I would like to have a reflection on our previous year, which is
2019.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So today our topic is about 2019 rewind, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think 2019 was a crazy and busy year for three of us.
Definitely.
We experienced all kinds of adventure and even started our podcast show in this summer.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one of the most memorable years in our college life.
Yeah. Yes.
And the last one. Yeah.
So sad. So at the beginning of this year, we decided to have a special episode to rewind our top 5 events in 2019, respectively, and recall this precious memory.
Yeah. So recently, a lot of the social media, like YouTube, or
they will get you
like Spotify or like Facebook. They give you like rewind of 2019, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to do the same thing, basically.
So, and that's for us.
Yeah,
the rewind for
the,
three of
the
us.
top 5 events that we thought were very special to ourselves.
So today's rule, I think, each of us will share our top 5 and top 4 events in 2019, respectively.
Okay.
So who go first?
I want to start with some honorable mentions.
Honorable? Okay.
So a lot of the stuff that I didn't necessarily make it into my top 5.
I could not squeeze into.
Because I think there are a lot of events that are special to me.
So how do you pick these?
So I went to for me to reminisce these events, I went to my photo album in my phone.
That's good.
Which is something, I keep track of what I do with my phone.
Yeah.
Like I don't like taking a lot of pictures, but I just take perhaps one picture for one certain event, so I can remember what I did. Yeah. Because I don't keep journals or
it's like triggering your memory to remember to recollect that what happened at that time. Yeah.
I use it like a journal, but I don't write anything down. But I can find the photos that I took. So I went through my photo album and then I got these seven top 7 events that I have this year. So the number 6 and number 7 are honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it?
So number 7 I think was performing with a band.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
what IP shows?
Yeah. So I've been playing like electric guitar for a while now, and it has always been my dream, like since I was in junior high school, in senior high school, to perform with a band.
With a band, yeah.
But under like rock bands. Yeah. But under some circumstances, I couldn't do that when I was younger. Yeah. So this year, I was very lucky to have a chance to perform with a band. That's cool. That's quite cool.
Yeah,
so I spent like the past 3 years in college,
practicing
by myself, learning by myself the electric guitar. Yeah. And so I was very fortunate to be performing with a band.
Yes, you did.
Which was quite nerve-wracking.
Oh, really?
During the time, but it was really nice. I think it's really fun.
I'm quite interested about just how the band, how you collaborate with each other.
Yeah, so we had practice every week, I think. Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so there was a drummer and
you have rehearsal, right?
Yeah, she would keep the beat and then the guitar is the next thing.
So did anyone play bass?
Yeah, somebody played bass.
Who played bass?
Hey? No.
Oh, no.
Nobody played bass.
There's no bass in your band.
There was no
right?
bass. We couldn't find a bassist.
Yeah.
But, it was okay for...
like a normal band.
No band.
Okay. I mean, I really like the bass actually, but you can't hear it.
You can hear it.
I think it takes a trained ear to hear it.
Okay.
So
that's true.
For outsiders, you can't really hear the bass.
Or the solo.
Yeah,
right?
but for professional musicians, they go straight to the bass because it's one of the most important roles in the band. He has to keep the rhythm and the tempo and everything and the feel of the song. Yeah. So that was a great highlight for me.
So how about the another honorable mention.
So number 6 was actually getting my new computer right now, which I'm using
Facing
right
in.
now.
Yeah.
So this is a new Apple computer.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you
I
can.
got it this year.
So what's the price of it?
It's non-disclosed price, but
yeah.
it's not cheap. I would say
Yeah.
it's not cheap. But it's very well built and it's super powerful. And it's actually an engineering marvel, I think.
Yeah.
And it has, I didn't notice at the time when I bought this computer, but it has been instrumental to a lot of the work that we've done after getting this computer, like building mock-ups or like building websites or that sort of stuff, or even recording this podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of we edited some video with our podcast, right?
Yeah.
So that actually needed a lot of processing power, which
I remember your previous laptop is iMac.
it's also a
It's a
MacBook.
MacBook.
Yeah, it's a MacBook Air. It's like smaller.
Okay.
And it's for like maybe
Light
for
works.
for light work.
Yeah.
But this one we could tackle like video editing.
So
and
the
that sort of
difference
stuff.
is very huge.
Yeah, difference is
Yeah,
quite big
yeah,
because
yeah.
the last one was Core i5, as you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's an older Core i5, and this one is a Core i7.
It's getting a powerhouse.
yeah,
I would
it's
say,
it's like a power upgrade, I think.
yeah.
I don't remember that. I think Apple didn't sponsor our show. Why did we just keep in talking about?
We just had an ad for
That's
Apple
right.
just now.
Yeah.
No, I think it's very very important to our work that we are doing.
I think it's like more like the behind the scene. That
Yeah.
they do lots of work that we couldn't just see.
I think there is a
on this
reason why
first.
like creative professionals.
Yeah,
or
they
like,
use
computer
the
science.
Pro,
They use like
MacBook.
Apple's
Yeah.
Apple computers, because the system is stable and
Yeah.
so that's a lot about.
And the
Apple
environment is
computers.
friendly.
Yeah.
Actually.
Basically, what I wanted to say is that it's funny that sometimes when you're in the situation, you don't realize how important it is to afterwards.
But I think
to the future,
that would
right?
be the best environment, well-designed environment, is that you won't feel that.
Yeah.
You're just immersed into the whole scene.
No, I mean, when I got the computer, I didn't know it would be this important to us, in the future. But now when you look back, you can see that it was a great decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be true.
So that's my maybe number 7, number 6,
Honorable
my
mentions.
honorable mentions of my top 7.
So will you continue to share your top 5 and top 4? Or-
No, I think you should go first. You should
Okay.
go with like a top 5.
How about you, Yam?
And then
Okay.
Yan would go, and I would go. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sharing my top 5.
Number
Yeah,
5.
As the number 5. Yeah, the number 5 of my.
So the least important of the most
of more
important 5.
Yeah. Is that this year, in the beginning of this year, like I think it's in the winter vacation, and I and my family went to Israel and Jordan. We take a trip there.
Well, quite unique.
Yeah.
To Israel and Jordan, and both of my parents, they like traveling to different countries, and most of the time they travel by themselves, since I and my sister are not quite
busy.
available for
Yeah.
all these long trips. Finally, this year we managed a trip together to Israel and Jordan, and
Okay.
yeah, I think that is I would say the first time I've been to the Middle East, the so-called Middle East.
Yeah.
And I think the cultural and all the cultural difference and all the feeling just feels
Very
special.
exotic.
Yeah, exotic. Really, it's the exotic.
Exotic.
What exotic means is just get there and
Like I can't
that-
even imagine that,
Yeah.
It's like
I can't-
very
can't-
different from
yeah,
our
I can't even
culture.
imagine. I remember one story that's so cool. Is that you know the Jewish, they have Sabbat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have the last day of the week. They relax and they don't do anything. And the don't do anything. The Sabbat is to a degree that they don't even take elevator.
Okay.
Oh,
They think taking elevator is kind of hard work. It's a work.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of work. They should not work at Sabbat.
So they just take stairs.
Yeah. So the elevator will stop every level of the building. They will stop.
Okay.
They would one at the first floor, second floor, and get all the way up to the top, and they cannot press the button on the
Wow.
elevator. Yeah,
They just
and that's
don't
a
want to
Sabbat-
move a
Sabbat
muscle.
elevator. Yeah, they don't want to move even just a finger muscle. So
Okay.
that's a really this is really a cultural shock for me. And also, maybe some of you know that in Israel, if they are in military, they carry guns even if they leave the military sites.
Okay.
They just the soldiers just carry guns everywhere.
Oh, okay.
And that's quite special. You get to the restaurant and want to have something to eat, and there's someone carrying a rifle behind you. And that's quite scary.
Okay,
a soldier, and he or she just dressed like normal people. And he or she carry a gun. So they wear a shirt and carries a gun.
So they don't have to dress in uniform.
No, it's like even if they are in their holidays, they still carry their guns. I think they're saying is that the gun is like the second life of a soldier, so they must keep their gun.
Are they on duty?
No, they're not on duty. Even if in their holidays, they carry their guns. So. Yeah, that's quite shocking for me. Just watching there's a rifle. You're kidding me? Yeah.
But when you think about it, it's quite normal. I think because anytime they could have a war.
It's quite reasonable. But
with the neighbor next door, right?
Yeah. So. But the feeling that directly looking just into that scene is quite different from imagining. That scene. Yeah.
I think especially in Asia, we don't see guns every day.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Not every day. Yeah. Okay, so I think this trip to the Middle East is quite special for me.
So how was Jordan? Was Jordan very different than Israel? Like how did you cross these two countries?
It's very I'd say
where is Jordan
different.
I believe Israel is not very, welcomed in where
Middle East is. Yeah, and
it's not very welcome.
Yeah, the border there is quite strict. I would say very strict. I have to pass two borders, and one is Israel's border, and one's Jordan's border, and they even consider the religious factor. So there's someone. I think some people there, maybe they're Christian or they're They went to Israel for some like the holy trip. I would say they'll visit holy sites, and they will maybe bring some like they bring something memorable for them. Souvenirs, like souvenirs and like religious souvenirs. I would say. So actually, when we passed the border through Jordan, they just take away some of the religious souvenirs. They can't even allow us to bring those things into their borders.
So is a rule?
I think I think it's not a rule written in. I don't think it's a law written in law.
So maybe
or the regulations.
It's non-spoken
rule. Yeah.
Oh.
So we have a hard time there, but after past Jordan is it's also a very special and fascinating country. I would say. It's like going to a different world, since Islam and Jewish is quite different. They are quite different, and no matter ethically or no matter religiously, they're just different. So so crossing those borders I think is a very great experience for me, to having the chance to get there and having the exotic feeling around.
It's very special because a lot of our classmates actually, I don't think a lot of the people here in Taiwan go to the Middle East, been to the Middle East before. And here in Taiwan we have some sort of like a sentiment not against Muslims, but I think we don't understand them enough. There's still like a lot of misunderstanding here in Taiwan, but we don't necessarily have,
it's like stereotypes we just have.
We're not hostile against them, but we definitely do see some news sometimes that scares us, and with us not being educated, it's very easy for us to have some kind of stereotypes on Muslims, which is not good, but it's hard.
It's hard right now. And also there's something I want to mention also in this top 5 is that on the trip to Jordan, Israel, since it's a quite not so large country, but we still take buses. So during the bus trips, I listen to a podcast.
Podcast.
And podcast is called The Hardcore History.
Okay.
And I listened to a series. It's about the First World War.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a part quite interesting is that one part of World War One is around in Middle East. So I'm like having a tour in those
seeing the
sites and
place
also
where-
listening the
oh,
history
yeah,
of them.
and listening to the
Yeah,
stories.
and and also like know more about the 7 Days War and like
Okay.
some wars or just some history happens in Middle East and
That's very cool.
quite cool.
Yeah.
And that may be also because I love that podcast very much, so that may be also kind of
Added to the experience.
adding to the experience
Yeah. Mhm.
and also like making me more willing to do the podcast.
Definitely. I think with like when you have audio and visual,
yeah.
the both
The
of
image
the-
will become
the
very
image will become
vivid and
and they complement each other.
I
think.
that'd be true.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you have a certain memory and associate with some certain album. or like songs. It's
Yeah.
very easy for you to imprint that kind of information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about Daniel? What's your top 5? What's the number 5?
Number 5.
Actually, like James, I couldn't decide which is my number 5.
Okay.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So you have
Yes.
couple number 5s.
Yeah, actually, I list 7 events in my list.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I just choose one.
Okay.
I remember I had a car accident in April.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So the one you broke your hand, one,
No,
which we
yes.
talked before.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, this story is related to beef noodles.
Mm-hmm.
Beef noodles.
Yes, beef noodles. For my entire
Oh,
life.
so not the one you broke your hand.
No.
Okay,
the
it's
other
a
one.
different one.
Yeah.
I
okay.
have
So
a-
he has 2
in the-
accidents.
Yes,
Yeah.
in that accident, I got a scar on my palm. So,
You got a scar.
So what happened?
What
You wanna
happened?
share?
Yeah.
for my whole life, my mom always warned me, do not eat beef.
Don't eat beef. Oh yeah.
Yes,
So you can't eat beef.
she suggests me.
Not to eat beef.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a tradition in Taiwan.
Yes,
Yeah. I
something
think
like something
from like
with
taboo.
fortune
I would say.
telling, yeah.
Something like taboo. And they,
Also
I think they
fortune
thought
telling.
that those old farmers they're helped by
by cows.
cows.
So you
and
don't eat
so
cows.
you don't eat cows. Just like that. Yeah.
especially I'm born in year of cow.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
yeah, it's like
the Chinese zodiac.
Chinese zodiac.
So
Yeah.
his zodiac sign
Yes.
is cow.
Yeah,
so.
same as
So
mine.
strongly believe that I shouldn't eat beef. Beef will
Okay.
bring me bad luck.
Yeah.
But you still do, right?
I just
You don't
I just
care
feel
about.
strange. How could beef curse me?
Yeah. Okay.
So I didn't listen to her. I go to a beef noodle right next to our department,
Yeah.
which is really great.
Yeah.
And that day, right after I finished my beef noodle, I was hit by the motorcycle.
He was hit by motorcycle. Yeah.
And after that accident, I gradually believe that beef does bring me some
Bad luck. Yeah. So you stop eating beef after that accident or having some.
Well, I will
Do
not.
you eat beef now?
Yeah.
If I go to a buffet,
Yeah.
I still eat a little bit beef.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
But in our daily life, it's really
it's expensive also. Yeah.
yes, it's really hard to
We
eat
don't
beef.
eat that much.
Yeah.
beef.
So we know that. What gift should we give to Daniel next time? Maybe some
beef jerky. I
beef
think.
jerky. Yeah.
Then
Get you
I
some
will-
bad luck.
Then
Yeah.
I would have to you are forcing me to share my gift to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
for me, the number 5 would be the hackathon.
Oh, hackathon.
Yeah. So I think you also put hackathon on your number 5. You
Yeah.
couldn't
Yes.
decide. So the hackathon we went with Daniel and Jin and some
others?
other friends. Yeah, and then I think it was a very good experience because it actually enhances my my abilities to actually code a little bit, and also I think after that event I'm set on being like a front end designer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was an important event for me this
Yeah.
year. Yeah. Also, it was tremendous fun, I think.
Yes.
Tremendous fun. Yeah, I could tell by
They had like, it
Part
was
of
so
it.
fun of an event. They had like
Thanks to Logitech.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
yeah,
racing cars, racing
Right.
simulators
it's like
there.
quite interesting.
Yeah, very fun event.
Yeah.
So that was my number 5.
And also one of the episodes. If you're
Yeah,
listening
also
to
one
our-
of the episodes.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can go
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to
Just
that.
go listen to that one. Yeah.
It's episode 13, I think.
Yeah.
So now we are going to share our.
Top 4, number
Top
4. Yeah.
Number 4.
So maybe what's your top 4, Yam?
Okay.
Well, maybe before you share your top 4, I want to know how you found your top 5.
Top 5.
I mean, like how did you find your rewind events for this year?
Well,
Did you also look through your photos, or what did you do?
because I had a habit of writing articles.
Oh, okay,
yeah, okay.
Yes. So
So you have this fan page. right?
Actually, creating my fan page is my number.
Okay, so
Oh,
number
yeah,
4.
just-
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I can just stop
spoiler.
my
Okay, so you'll talk about that later. How about Yin? How did you find your top 5?
Okay, so you've told me that you're going to look through your photos.
Yeah.
Right? So at first thought, I just don't go to photos since you're going to try that way. So I'm just thinking what I'm going to do, and finally I decided that I go to my Google Calendar.
Oh, Google
Yeah,
Calendar.
since I have the habit that I keep track of most of my projects or things or events to join in Google Calendar, so I just flip through the 12 months of
my calendar is
Google
empty.
calendars.
So
Empty.
I don't have anything on my calendar.
I can get you some of the view of my
Because
calendar.
it's very hard for me to always remember to write
Really?
something on a calendar.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
I feel
it's
like
just
it's just I
just like,
remember
wow.
I remember
It's just
the
like-
You're
stuff
really a
that-
heavy user.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think with so many
I would try.
meetings he has to go to, he has to
Sometimes I do
Keep track
use
of it.
Google
Yeah.
Calendar, but I just forgot to follow my calendar.
follow your calendar. Oh yeah, that's true. That'd be true.
I have like a virtual calendar in my mind, I think.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
think I'm not good at memory, like keep things in track. So
Mhm.
I have to get some tools to help me. So
Yeah.
I think that calendar just gave me. I just reminded me something that actually I've done that this year. Is that-
Okay.
Yeah, it just feel like so long ago. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just get to that, and I also that I have the habit to keep a journal.
Mhm.
So
Oh, journal.
like personal journal. So yeah, I've been keeping journal
By writing or by typing?
by writing, copy pasting, just like it's like collecting all the things into notebooks.
Oh.
Yes. So I've been keeping journal for like 10 years or something. So yeah, I think it's quite a habit or
It's
something.
like quite special because I feel like when I write something, especially like a journal,
yeah.
if I don't write it to myself, I think it's almost always writing for yourself, right?
Yeah.
For yourself to read.
oh,
And then
yeah.
like when I apply like the composition skills into writing such a
feels
journal,
weird.
it's very weird
Yes.
Also-
for me.
like I've kind of
It's like writing a composition. and then
you
for
will feel
yourself
that
to
you will
read.
feel like
Yeah, for yourself to
writing a-
read, and that
Oh.
would be very weird for me.
because our composition training is train
yeah
ourselves to write for others.
for
yeah,
others.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's like very, very strange.
Yeah, but like in the long practice I've done in writing journal, I've developing my own way. It's just I just don't write like a composition. I don't have a full context of that. So
Yeah.
I just like pay the ticket I went to movie or and write something about the movie. It's just some keywords or some,
I actually had a
some
way
sentences.
around that. I
Yeah.
use Instagram as my journal.
Oh.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, because with your
quite
phone,
similar,
you
yeah.
cannot add too much,
Too much.
composition.
Yeah,
to your
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
So I think that is my way of keeping journal.
Yeah, but like-
Roughly keeping a
Yeah,
journal.
but like sometimes if there's something I want to write down or something I want to remind myself or talk to myself, I will still write onto my journal. So it's like I think it's like a database or
Yeah.
it's just my database for myself. So
I think it's fun
I check
when you
that, yeah.
read it.
it's
you know,
really
when you
fun,
read
really
it
fun.
in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will regularly check. I go like regularly check that. Is that like for 1 month I would check that
Mhm.
what have I done this month, and
Yeah.
1 year I would check that. So
I think
Yeah,
I
quite
haven't
interesting.
write more than 100 words for maybe 3 months.
oh, really,
Yeah.
wow, yeah,
For me, it's like photos bring so much memory, so I just use
yeah.
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I collect all my top fives.
So
Okay,
now
so-
we are going to share our
You're number
number
4.
Okay,
Yeah.
my number 4. Actually, in this year, I start my personal fan page
Fan page.
because
Daniel's personal
yes,
fan
everyone knows
page.
that I had a habit of writing articles and post it on my Facebook page.
The
Yeah.
shitty articles.
And my friend always complained to me that my article occupied their Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
They are very upset about it, so they always get me angry. So
Yeah, okay. So it's press angry on Facebook. Right?
yes,
Yeah.
so I decide, okay, because sometimes they give me the angry, but they still watch the whole articles.
Yeah.
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 So I decide, what about creating my own fan page? And this time, it is you to decide to click the button and see the article. You don't have the right to give it angry again.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not like you're just
It's not
pushed
like you're
by,
forced
yeah,
to
forced
read
to
the article. Yeah.
by the algorithm. Is that you're clicking to the fan page and
Yeah.
you read.
Yeah.
Yes.
But actually, most of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time
yeah.
when I see your fan page, it's still by the algorithm. So I still do press
Still
angry.
do press
yeah.
angry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
You know, with your articles, they're like beautifully written,
Yeah.
but about some
About
like,
about like
nonsense.
nonsense.
you know?
Yeah.
So that, I mean, that's why people give you like angry faces.
faces.
But
actually,
like we said, what we discussed in an episode before, I think episode 7. You know?
yes,
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah, your article actually is pretty good, I would say.
Yeah. The skills are quite
Yeah,
good.
skills are there. Yeah.
Actually, I was motivated by one blogger
Okay,
Blogger,
blogger. Yeah.
whose name is 二师兄.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
His
it's
writing
Taiwanese
style
blogger.
is quite similar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're quite similar. Yeah. I'll say.
So I think maybe one day I can have a fan page with more than 10,000 fans.
Like become
Yeah.
单师兄 or
Yeah, that's nice.
yeah.
It's quite funny because with this fan page you can see all the data.
Ah, yeah. So how much reads you got?
Averagely about 300 to 400.
For each post.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's quite.
Some
That's
other
quite a
much is
lot.
that? Yeah, quite a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
some article have more views, maybe 600. Actually, I have no idea.
How many fans do you have right now?
Around 300.
Do you want to do a collab with our podcast?
podcast.
Hopefully, you can help
Oh.
us grow a little bit.
Spatial cooperation.
Yeah. So that was your top 4 because you had a place where you can, write whatever you want to write, right?
And like collect
Yes.
all your
Yeah.
articles. I say.
I think it's very nice.
Actually, I plan to have maybe reach 1,000 fans before I graduate from college.
Oh, okay.
Then you should work hard. I don't think that's
So that's a, like,
something
New Year
easy. Yeah, New
resolution.
Year
Maybe-
resolution.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I will start to ask my friend to share my post.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I think, do a lottery.
Yeah.
Lottery?
Yeah, do a lottery, and then you can push your fans.
Maybe I can just buy the ad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a way to.
So how about you, James?
My number 4 was our trip to Tainan with our classmates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a thing in February, I think.
Yes, February.
Yeah, so
the
our whole
IB.
class went to Tainan
Not me.
for 2 days, which was quite fun. I think it's been a long time since we could go somewhere with our whole class.
Classmates.
Yeah, and we stayed there for a day. We went biking. You remember?
Yes, I was with you.
Yeah, we went biking to the from the
Uh,
city center to like the seaside.
The seaside. Yeah.
It was quite
To
a
the
long
port,
way. We went to see the sunset,
Yes.
and then when we came back, it was completely dark.
Yeah.
And we had some very good food, I think.
It's really
with, like,
impressive.
yeah,
Sunset in
we-
Tainan is really, really good.
yeah. So we went like a long way, and then we came back. We ate ice cream.
We start from desert and finally reach the heaven.
Yeah,
Heaven of
from
foods.
Hsinchu with such a
Yeah.
nothing to eat.
Nothing to eat. Yeah.
And then China was like
Everything.
everywhere you could
Yeah.
find something.
And the
to eat.
price is
Price
really
was like very
Yeah.
cheap.
All the
And,
snacks,
yeah.
all the street
So
stand.
we were biking, and in biking we had ice cream
Yes.
And then we also went to eat beef soup.
Beef soup.
Yeah, with
Beef
rice. That was
soup.
very,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah.
That's before the
That's
accident.
famous.
Yeah.
So before the accident, I still eat beef.
Also, we
Okay.
were on like U-bikes, right?
U-bikes?
U-bikes. So not the best
Okay.
bikes ever.
And
I think it's a
bike.
It's like a,
U-bike.
it's like a
Tainan-
Tainan's U-bike. It's
China's
like,
U-bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a shared bike.
Yeah, sharing bike
Sharing
system.
bike
So the bikes
system.
weren't like the best bikes. So you couldn't my bike couldn't gear change at all.
I remember that the bikes in Tainan are
It's
quite
T-bike.
old.
It's
Yeah, it's
T-bike.
T-bike, but it's the same concept
Yeah.
as U-bike. Actually,
Yeah.
I would say.
It's
So
quite
yeah, we went biking on mediocre bikes. but-
mediocre. Yeah.
And the
Electric-
sunset was very beautiful.
Yes.
And I remember there are a lot of like small shops in Tainan near where we lived.
So do you
Oh, and
remember
also at night we went to a great
bar?
A great bar.
TCLC?
Yeah, it was a very great bar, and
The
drinks
best
were great.
The best in South.
The atmosphere
Taiwan?
were perfect.
Really?
So that's why it's my top four, number 4.
Uh-huh. Wow, that's cool. So like my top 4 is it's actually a work experience.
Okay.
So this, I think, it also the first part of this year, like in March, I've joined a training group in a, I think it's a society in the Hsinchu County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and at there I've trained and becoming like a moderator of the discussion, the discussion panel in the so-called participatory budgeting.
Wow.
It's a discussion between like local people with the officials.
Okay.
And we're like
With the
to
lawmakers.
connecting both of them. And I and other the other trainees are just like the moderator between them, and we lead them into
Okay,
the
into the
discussion.
discussion,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I went to our group went to different district in Hsinchu County,
Mm-hmm.
and like we've been held for like 3 or 4 panel discussions with with the officials and the local peoples,
Yeah.
and separate into groups, and it's quite a good experience for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I say it's like I think politics or democracy is quite like an interest of mine. It's not. It's just my side project. So
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
And also this is a association like nearly connected to the government.
Mm-hmm.
So I've quite learned how to work together with the government officials, and also those who are passionate about. Yeah, I've saw a lot of people that is very passionate about their home and their homeland. I'll say the local people, they care about their homelands, so they stand out and speak for themselves. So knowing those figures for me is quite a great experience, and I can feel their passion on working for local people, to service the local people and make, because like Hsinchu County is quite rural area, quite a rural area comparing to like
Hsinchu City.
Hsinchu City, comparing to where we live in around the university.
Yeah.
So there we can see a lot of people, and they show very different way of thinking and living. Their lifestyle is quite different from
So
us.
what's the average
Yeah,
age of participants?
participants mostly over 40.
Yeah,
Oh,
quite
yeah.
old. Yeah, because all the young people come to the city, right?
And they go to work.
Yeah, it's
So-
like for farmers. Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And also it's quite interesting.
workers.
No, actually, it's not. Most of them is not from the working class.
Oh, okay.
Most of them is from like the white collar, and they're
Oh,
retired.
okay. Yeah.
After they're retired, they're back to their homeland, and they want to do something for their homelands, use their knowledge and like their.
Like mostly in the countryside of Taiwan.
Yeah.
Like in Hsinchu
Yeah.
County, right?
So how did you know this association?
Like, how did you get involved in this with this association?
I just is that I've got one of my friends just recommended, since I have some friend quite interesting in this
Yeah,
topic,
definitely.
and she worked really hard in this
Mm-hmm.
topic. So like she advised me to ask me if I want to get to the training for being the moderator
Wow.
for the discussion. So I just go there, and I think
We
it's
always
training and
joke that Yen
certification.
is actually just a fake engineering student. His passion
Yeah.
actually lays in like liberal science, liberal arts, and politics.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe it's a
something like
good
that, yeah.
interdisciplinary
Yeah.
cooperation.
Yeah, but I won't choose that path as my like career. So
He just does it for fun.
yeah, I just did it for fun. Yeah, that's most of my things for fun.
Yeah.
It's
Which
quite a
is-
unique hobby.
Yeah, unique hobby.
Yeah, maybe. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I
It
think
brings a lot of this
yeah.
energy into everything, like into our podcast also.
Yes.
Like talking with different voices.
voices. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I value that very much. Is that
Yeah.
hearing different how different people think and thought.
Mhm.
I want to know about how like those people, the life of those people are different, very different from us.
Yeah.
The thinking, how they think,
Different perspectives. And,
Yeah,
all that. Yeah.
I just become very fascinated about that
Mhm.
at some point. So I just work like that. That's how I work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's yours, Daniel? You're finished.
We're
right?
at the top
Or-
four.
or
Yeah.
top
I think
Yeah,
now
okay.
we're going into a short break,
Yeah.
and we'll come back with our top three after the break.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So we're gonna continue our top three countdown right now.
Yeah.
So maybe Daniel, you want to start with your top three, number three.
Number 3.
Well,
of your top three. Yeah.
Yes, my top three is quite important to me, but it's also quite boring.
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
My top three is in this year, I think the January of
Okay. Yeah.
2019, I'll start my project research.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for your for masters, right?
Not quite.
It's like
for your graduation project or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Because at that time I feel quite confused about what I'm learning,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
so I decided to do a project research.
that's something implementary, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
So with batteries, right?
yes, research on
Okay.
batteries.
I can't believe it was this year. I thought it was a long time ago.
I thought it was a long
I
time
thought it was
ago,
already
so-
like 1 or 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
it's only
It's
January.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
I think this project research gave me the chance to reflect on what I have learned,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important.
and I found out that those courses was really boring,
Yeah.
yeah.
really boring.
Mm-hmm.
They just
But-
don't give you the passion to work
Yes.
on it. Yeah.
But it's really fundamental and essential, and it give you enough knowledge to do my project research.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a lot like what the hackathon did to me, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's making sure what you're going to
It's
do.
like workouts.
Yeah.
It's just boring, but you have to do that
Mhm.
for you to get a fundamental
Yeah.
knowledge
Yes.
for that.
I think
Yeah.
having a chance to understand the meaning of what you learn is really
Yeah.
I
important.
think it's putting what we learned into real world use, I think.
Yeah, and
Yes.
also you have the chance to get into the National Radiation Center. I say
Oh yes,
that's quite cool.
It's not a radiation
Radiation
center,
Center. Yeah.
but I don't know his name.
Synchronization, synchrotron or something.
Yes, it's just a
Something sync.
facility
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
can generate
Yeah.
ultra strong X-ray.
Uh-huh.
It's like a ring just
Yes.
buried under Hsinchu, and there's
Not buried underground.
underground.
It's
No.
above ground.
It's
yeah.
above
above
ground.
ground.
Okay.
We went there during the summer camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw the whole accelerator.
The whole
It's,
accelerator,
it feels
yeah.
quite different to being able to operate.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
very
can
cool.
operate.
It's very
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To use it on your experiments.
It's like
very
it's,
cool,
it's like
yeah.
some advanced research. Yeah.
And you had to go there at midnight, right?
Yeah. that's cool.
Because
That's so cool.
the rule of the facility is quite unique.
Mhm.
Each lab will be given maybe 72 hours.
Okay.
So in those 3 days, you have to fully
Just squeeze everything you can.
utilize
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time,
Okay.
every second.
Yeah.
because the Bintang is really precious.
So you had to go there at night.
Yes.
At midnight, and then stay till the following morning. Yeah.
Yes.
It's quite funny. It's just like you're going to some national facilities to get some confidential
Yeah.
secret research.
It's really cool.
Actually,
cool.
I do
We
have
went there
to.
before. Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
cool when we went there. Yeah.
I do have to apply some license.
Oh yeah, really?
Okay.
Yes, you have to pass the exam and to
Before
get
you
a
can use the
license.
machine.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So there's
Yeah,
a
that's
training like a
Online training.
course. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's
what
cool.
you did.
Pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So how about you, James?
So for my number 3, it's riding bicycle with my family.
Bicycle.
Yeah.
Why?
So because our family doesn't do a lot of things together,
Yeah.
So-
So for this year we went to bicycle riding a lot.
yeah.
From in Taipei.
In Taipei.
Yeah, so we rented like U-bikes and we rode from Yuanshan to
So
to
your
Danshui.
family drive from Taoyuan to Taipei
Yeah,
and
Ride a
ride.
bicycle.
ride a bicycle along the riverside.
I mean, first
Oh.
hearing
Yeah.
listen to this story, I found ridiculous to me.
Because in
Just-
Taoyuan you don't have places to go
Really?
bicycle riding.
Really?
Really?
I don't know. I think it's because my dad works in Taipei. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
It's more familiar with
Yeah,
Taipei. Yeah.
and also we
Um,
can have dinner there.
Like
you
the
know?
route you're taking is like what I would ride with my classmates and maybe in my junior high.
Yeah,
So yeah.
but it's fun to spend. I think mostly it's not about the route. It's about spending
it's
time
about
with your
spending time
family,
families. Yeah.
and finally finding something everybody can get on board.
Yeah.
So-
That's important.
So your family just repeat the same route
Yeah,
and ride.
yeah.
It's
So,
like
for-
ride all the way to Danshui.
It's like from Yuanshan to Danshui, and then we will
Eat something there.
eat dinner
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and then
Okay.
take the MRT metro back.
Yeah.
So did you go to Bali by ship?
No, we only went to Danshui.
Okay.
Yeah. That's great.
So last time we also tried the reverse direction from Yuanshan to Neihu,
Oh,
so the other side. So
Ah.
our next plan was to go from Danshui to Neihu. But it's like
淡水到内
yeah,
to
Danshui to Neihu. But it's a quite long way, so
Yeah.
we still didn't have time to go on
To
that
go
trip.
on that
yeah.
trip. Yeah.
But I was it as a highlight because like I said, spending time with family, doing something that we all like, and it's I think after you ride to Danshui, you feel like very accomplished in some way because
like
the
work
road
together,
is like
yeah.
it's not quite. It's I think 20 kilometers.
Yeah. That's good.
I think
Yeah.
this route is maybe the most famous.
Famous road in Taipei.
Yes, in
yeah.
Taipei.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
A lot of people, right?
Golden River
Yeah,
bank.
yeah.
A whole lot of people, but it's still a very nice route to ride your bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe this time you can try start from maybe Taipei main station all the way to Shangshan.
Yeah,
I
this is
think that
another
would be.
path,
I think
yeah.
that would be tight. I
That's
would think
okay.
we'll try that next time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think it's really quite funny to travel along with the metro
Oh yeah,
Metro
with the
line.
metro
Roads.
metro
Yeah,
system.
metro
yeah.
road.
But we just wanted to get away from the cars and
Yeah,
the traffic and all
yeah.
that. So with our route, it was easier to get away from traffic. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, in this stage of our life, it's quite interesting. It's quite essential
It's
to
quite
have
important to
something
spend some time with
yeah,
your family. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're living outside right
living
now,
outside and quite getting out
we're,
our family.
we're going to work in a couple of years. So that's why I think it's a highlight
Mm-hmm.
for me.
So how many times
Yeah.
did you ride together?
I think now 4 times.
4 times.
Wow.
The same.
Yeah, like 3 times to Danshui and then 1 time to Neihu.
Yeah.
But every time, like the first time we rode the route, we spent 2 hours to finish the route.
That's
But-
average.
Yeah, but now we spend like about a little bit over 1 hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
quite
so it's
more
much
familiar
faster.
with the route.
and
Yeah.
we do much faster.
And
trips.
and it's time to change the routes. to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
on
So
different
we want to
trips,
do longer, or like do like go there and then come back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So after having this experience, would like to bike in Hsinchu.
Shinju is impossible to
Impossible.
bike. I think it's only you can get somewhere with a bike, but it's hard to
Yeah.
really enjoy the road.
The side
Because
wind
it's
is
very dangerous
crazy.
here
yeah.
in Shinju. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the wind is
I remember a few
Crazy.
days ago, I saw a man sent Uber Eats on bike.
Really?
Yes.
So Uber Eat on bike.
You bike. Uber Eat bike.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. So that was my top three.
Three.
Top three. How about you?
Okay. Like my top three. Okay. The top three is that from this, I think is in September, I joined I go to theater, and I've become an actor.
Actor.
Yes, and now
For a play. I
for a
think,
play, yeah, and the play will be performed next year,
Next March.
next March. I think maybe in April. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like in this year, actually in this year, I've get into theaters quite much. So I started to watch. Like one of my friends, she loves theater very much. So, like we constantly go to watch the plays. And also, like, since I also have a course on Taiwanese movies this semester, so
Yeah.
I've got to watch a lot of Taiwanese movies. So I've got got lots of connection with the scripts, with the plays, and with the movie, with storytelling. And also, I've been to also another course about screenwriting. So I've also tried to tell a story on the screen. So it's not like it's like writing a script. So it's like writing a story in a quite different way. So I found that very interesting for me. So I finally decided to give a try to becoming an actor.
So
Maybe in a play.
what's your character?
Yeah, I think
You can't say.
I
It's
think I can reveal that it's
yeah.
confidential in
Okay.
our group. Yeah, so
we can.
maybe you can
can go
join
watch the
you
play,
can
I
watch the
think.
play. Yeah, maybe
So
next year.
Yeah.
will you be the main character of the show?
No, I'm not the main character. I'm the side character. But since the first time, but it's still a very cool experience, I would say. So we do like rehearsal or the practice like every week. in
Oh,
the
every
semester.
week?
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
every week, and also we'll have the
When it's in
when
March,
it's not
it
March,
will be
it'll
every
like
day.
every day. Yeah. So
It'll be crazy. It's like a crazy schedule, crazy
Yeah, yeah,
rehearsing
yeah.
schedule. Yeah.
right before the play,
Hardcore.
we
Mm-hmm.
do a
Very
lot of
hardcore,
rehearsal,
extremely hardcore.
rehearsal.
Yeah.
And
So it's gonna be me and you.
yeah, maybe at that time. Yeah, I just
during that time, it's gonna be
vaporized,
me
just
and
get
you.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, vanished. So yeah, it's quite interesting. And knowing knowing our group is knowing other actors, they are from other departments, and also our director and also our script writer. So yeah, it's cool I think it's quite happy and quite a great experience to know that those different people with different skills and different experiences, they're from also different departments.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
NTHU.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So will we have reserved seats when you're performing?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah.
There'll be like PR
PR
tickets
tickets.
for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Okay.
Did you go to
Just
the past
looking
few years?
Yes, I did.
I think last time Minnie was here and
Yeah,
she
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about
Talk about.
the play, and
Yeah.
I think I went to the past two. I think
Yeah.
the past 2 years.
Minnie is also the crew of this play.
In this play,
Yeah, it's and together with me. So it's like a
Actually, a lot of the
like
friends I
great scale.
know
yeah joined
is in this play. Yeah.
is this play. So it's a quite large scale
Yep.
play for just give it a try. Yeah.
I don't necessarily like plays, in my normal life, but I do watch their plays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my number 3.
So now we're into like top 2 territory, right?
Oh,
So some of the most important events
yeah.
in our year. So maybe Daniel, you want to go with your number 2?
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 2 is a sad event.
Sad story. Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
Okay.
Actually, this event is the fracture of my left arm.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I had this fracture in 2018.
Okay.
December.
Yeah.
December.
Oh, it's 1 year ago.
Yeah, it's 1 year
already.
ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long time. Time flies.
Yes.
It flies.
I think I had already shared this story in previous episodes.
Yeah. So how is the story get into the 2019?
Well, since you know that I break my arm again.
Again.
Yes.
Yeah, he broke it again while he was doing push-ups, right?
Not in push-up.
I
Maybe
think
in
sometime when we were mountain climbing or something. I forgot.
Climbing, yeah.
I think we talked about this in a previous episode,
That's ridiculous.
but I forgot. Yeah.
And
So you broke your hand again. So
no.
it's very much an event of this year.
Last 2 week, I go to the hospital and check my arm.
Yeah.
The doctor says that my arm since had already recovered.
Yeah.
So maybe now I can finally do push-up.
Okay. I have to exercise with that.
But I discovered that originally I can do say 30 times pull-up.
Yeah.
But now I can only do maybe 5 times.
Oh, really? So it's like the muscles are.
I didn't use the muscle on my left arm maybe for more
maybe
than half
a
years.
year. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to
so
recover. right?
I think you have to go to like weight training.
Yeah.
But you also can't do too much of a weight training. So it's
Yeah.
you have to slowly
good of your-
regain your power.
Of
yeah.
your arm. Yeah.
Oh, that's quite tough.
Yes. I was still surprised that I don't have to wrap my arm with
What's that?
I don't know.
Calcium.
I just
I
have
forgot
a
the
word.
bone pad in
Oh
my
yeah,
arm.
you don't have to. Yeah,
Yes.
cast.
Yeah.
You have to put your hand
Yeah,
in
the
cast. Yeah. Okay, so that was your number 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So for me, my number 2 was renovating the studio.
This
You're
studio.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
renovating my house. So the place where I lived from last year to now, right? So we all live out. We live outside right now. Me and Daniel.
Yeah.
We live in the same building.
Yes.
So we each have a separate room for ourselves. And so this year I decided to renovate my room.
Yeah.
To tidy
For
it up,
this.
tidy it up a little bit, and then also
For
add a
this
new table
podcast,
or add like
It's
new,
quite successful.
Yeah. like new shelves, and makes better space for me for
Yeah.
living and for this podcast also.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, the furniture that the landlord gave us is really
It's pretty small. I think the table is
small?
very small and like it's not high quality.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we change it up a little bit and then add some like paintings or like some posters.
Yeah. Still great.
In my
I'm
room,
looking
yeah.
around at this moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it actually gives me an incentive to tidy it up every week.
Yeah.
Because you want
That is
to
true.
retain this kind of
Yeah.
beautiful room,
Yeah.
So
It's like a same factor of me. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it's not only like renovating the studio. Like it's more about like living a better, a more organized life, I think.
device. Yeah.
So if you are going to study graduate school in Hsinchu, will you continue to rent this?
Yeah, I think I will continue to
Rent
rent
this
this.
house,
Will
yeah.
you continue to rent this room?
Well, if I would study in Hsinchu, I think I might want to have a room that can cook,
oh,
That can
okay.
cook,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
since I
Mhm,
cook
that's
quite
fair.
frequently
Yeah.
in these
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you get some like the family suit, so you'll have a kitchen to be able to cook.
And I'm quite tired of the
food here,
noise.
yeah.
Yeah,
the noise of
around
the-
road. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's quite a good room, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, with this price.
Yeah. Also, we would prefer you to stay here, and then we could
we
know,
can podcasting together.
we could podcast
together,
a lot
yeah.
more. Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe take that into consideration. But for me, this was a great highlight for
highlight
me
for me,
this year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we've talked about studio renovation at some point.
Yeah, I think in a previous episode. So
Yeah.
actually, we have all our highlights in our podcast, right?
yeah.
So you can just listen to our past podcast of the year, and you can hear a lot of the highlights.
Yeah.
I think.
Since it takes a big part
Yeah,
of our
of our life. Yeah.
life and our
So we're going to talk
2019,
about
yeah,
it
we'll talk about it.
whenever we have a chance to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and there's a chance. So the number 2 of me
Yeah.
is this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And having the chance to work together with you to get onto this podcast,
Yeah.
get on board.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's half a year.
Yeah, it's
Already half a year.
I think only 3 months or something. Like
And
4 months.
Yeah, and this is the episode 20.
Yeah, episode 20. Yeah.
Yeah, episode 20.
So I mean, it's quite happy. I think I'm quite
Yeah.
happy with what we're doing with this podcast.
Yeah.
I think both me and Daniel put it in number 1. I
Number
think,
1. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
For this year, because it was such a big part of the the rest of my year, starting from August, right?
And also a very big project.
Yeah, and also I'm very happy that we could do it like for
almost every week. Yeah, we tried
in
it
this
hard.
semester. Yeah, so it was quite good, I think.
Yeah. And can see our ability grows.
Yeah,
and also our
and
flow
also this
become more
podcast
more
growing
smooth.
from just one episode, 2 episodes to now 20.
20,
it's quite great.
It's quite great. So, and then continuing to create something new.
Yeah, I think it's a very good platform for us to talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Deal with a lot of the problems we have, or like the questions we have in our life also, I think.
Like for me, I think the biggest shock for me is that I've found out that's every project or every like YouTube channel, or maybe those contents that we consume every day, that takes
a lot of
hard work and really hard and professional. They takes professional skills and knowledge, and
True.
That is the big part of shock that I've got in this podcast. So
like a lot of people here in Taiwan still don't think YouTubers are real jobs, right? But they actually are, and they actually take a lot of work to do. And I think it's a very nice way of working, because you have a lot of creativity you can put into your projects, and also you can adjust what time you want to work. But it's not easy, really.
Yeah, it's not easy. True, it's not easy, and all the responsibility of the like the business consideration just comes to yourself.
Yeah. It's so not like as stable as going to like a company and
to work in office.
But it's very rewarding, I think. At the end of the day, I think we all feel that, right? Feel the reward of starting a podcast by ourselves, and it's quite incredible that we can keep on doing it to now.
And even go further if we have the
we
chance.
almost didn't believe in ourselves in the beginning, but then with all the investment that came in, we decided to keep doing it, which was quite nice.
It was really a huge progress.
Huge progress. So that's our number 2. Maybe you want to go to number 1, because you
just spoiled
our number ones. And also we're happy that you didn't put it at number 1.
I want to also listen more about Daniel talking about podcasts as his number 1. So how do you think about as the highlights of 2019?
Well,
why did you put it at number 1?
I
think that's the question.
That's the question.
I think because it's really unprecedented experience. Before recording this podcast, I think I don't really have much time to talk about this topic with someone.
Those talks.
Also speaking English for more than an hour,
Yes,
it's quite special.
I think this podcast helped me pass IELTS exam.
Oh, that's cool.
Exam.
And continually improve my English speaking ability.
And I think that incremental improvements is such a big feeling I've got in this podcast.
From now, like when we listen to like the previous episode, it feels like kind of cringy or like
We take steps by steps, but we do it like sturdy.
And I do think, like, for ourselves, I think it's easier for us to speak for a longer period of time and speak about something that we're not very familiar with. And also, I want to say something that is a very special to you, I think. Hopefully. Because the reason why we started this podcast is, I think, a lot has to do with you. So if you hadn't started your English club, then we certainly wouldn't have this podcast today. So what do you think about that? Do you have any thoughts on that?
At first, you told me that you want to start your own podcast. I just in my mind, I just said, okay, maybe you can try it. I don't really have any thought about this project. I just said, that's interesting.
Give it a try.
Okay, give it a try.
But it all started because of your English club. So you're like the true founder.
And push it all the way through here.
Don't you think it's special? Like something that started from what you were trying to do inspired someone else to.
To grow a new project or a new idea to grow.
That must be special feeling, right?
Yes. Actually, I had to confess that before having our own podcast.
Yeah.
I don't listen to podcasts at all.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
even
very
know
normal
this
in
term.
Taiwan.
I don't even
very
know
normal
this
in
term.
Taiwan. Yeah. When I first pitched it to you, I think you didn't have a lot of faith in this also.
Yeah.
But after we recorded the first, and then generally we're happy that you're on board, and so thanks for joining us this year onto this journey. This a little bit crazy in the beginning.
Thanks for 3 of us. I would say, yeah.
Maybe you can pay for the year-end party tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I think you're going to pay for it.
Okay.
Okay. So how about you? Like, why did you choose it as number 2?
Why?
I've said
why?
that. It's I think the
why only number 2?
Why only number 2?
No, I mean
It's a question.
Yeah, I think I have the reason for number 1. Yeah, I think
Okay.
you will be persuaded. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's hard to beat that. So yeah, this podcast. Yeah, so it's so great to having a chance to watching three of us just grow together.
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest part why I love this podcast. And I also always like to watch people grow and myself grow.
Yeah.
So, if there's a chance, I would very glad to see like a group, like a team can grow together. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest passion for me.
That's what we're trying to
continue.
do.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think it's right to do. Yeah. So that's my reason to why being number 2.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's your number
now
1?
You've spoiled our number 1,
one.
so
Yeah.
you're the only one left.
We're the only one
for
left.
number 1. So
Okay.
please go ahead.
Nice trick.
Okay.
Nice trick.
So number 1 for me is that actually in this year I've started. You know about that I'm a person of planning, so I've just planned. I found out that through the first 3 years of my university life, I always found that I have several projects, but I don't have something that is rolling behind. Is constantly it's just like I've said in this podcast, that incrementally grow of myself.
Yeah.
So I decided to choose something to practicing every week and trying to grow for myself. So there are some skills I've chosen to practice every week, and one of them is guitar.
Okay.
I've bought one guitar last 2 years ago, but I haven't even played it.
I actually played your guitar more than your own guitar.
Yeah, and last
I
year
stole his
so,
guitar.
stole his guitar. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were in the 2nd grade, I remember. Yeah, so I decided to.
Because he wasn't playing it.
Yeah, I wasn't playing it. I just put
he put it in his
there.
room,
Yeah,
and then so I took it.
Yeah, so I decided to take it serious and practice guitar, and till now I can play quite smoothly and can play some chords, and I can sing together with my
Really?
guitar.
What do you think, James?
It's pretty good, I think. I haven't
really?
listened to it.
I haven't listened to it,
Oh no, but
I think
trust him.
it's crappy, but still it's workable. I think. Yeah, it's.
I
just,
think music is for making it's making everybody happy.
Okay.
So you don't have to play very well.
Very well, yeah.
In order to make people happy.
Yeah.
If you don't do it professionally, that is.
That's okay.
Yeah, if you
that's
use it as a
okay.
hobby, then
That's
as long as you're happy, then
you don't have
you're nice.
to-
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, since I'm playing guitar and I love singing very much, so I also practice singing together with guitar very much.
Yeah.
So I think my skills improved quite a lot. But there's one special thing I want to mention about is Taiwanese.
Taiwanese.
Okay.
So we have slightly talked about this topic at some point. I think maybe in the previous episode.
We will also have an episode we're going to talk about all about it, in the future.
In the future, yeah. Make sure we'll be in the future.
Tune in for that. But
so, like a brief about Taiwanese. It's Taiwanese like the mother tongue of our past generations.
Yeah.
But not for us. And like my father and mother and my grandma, they speak Taiwanese in daily life and with each other.
Yes.
But in our generation, for me and for my sister, we speak in Mandarin. And actually, there's some historical reason, but I'm not going to get into so deep at that. But I always found that I want to get improved in speaking Taiwanese.
Yeah.
So, and I've always tried hard, and always tried to find some events to practice my Taiwanese. And so also in this year's the yearly plan I have for this year is to practice Taiwanese. So I decided to talk with my mom in Taiwanese whenever we call and whenever we talk. And that makes difference. So every time I have a call with my mother, I try to use Taiwanese to talk with her. For me, Taiwanese is not my mother tongue. So I think I can speak with Taiwanese like in a sentence or in a few sentences, but if getting to a conversation, it's just like English. I can't even speak maybe some Taiwanese as fluent as English.
Yeah.
I would say. So
Yes.
it's quite kind of sad for me, and I always wanted to. Since I've had the experience that I have a hard time having conversation with my grandpa grandma, since their daily use is they use Taiwanese, but they seldom use Mandarin in their daily life. But
Yeah.
when I and my sister, like their granddaughter, went back home and
They have
visit
to
them,
speak
they
like
have to
Chinese
speak like,
with you, Mandarin with you.
yeah, they have to speak Mandarin with us because we don't.
Which is quite
understand.
sad because
Quite sad,
our mother
yeah.
tongue should be like for you, you should be
For, like Taiwanese.
like Taiwanese,
yeah.
but you can't speak
I
it
can't
that
speak
well. Yeah.
that well. So
And then it's a little bit about education
Yeah.
and all that, a lot of complex reasons.
complex reasons.
So for you, you were just trying to get back into learning
learning. Yeah.
and speaking better Taiwanese.
Yeah. So I think the greatest change this year is that I started to talk in Taiwanese with my mom on the phone or on the daily life. And I went back home last week, and I suddenly found out that I can just fluently speak Taiwanese, having a conversation with my with my parents and my grandparents.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And also, there's a moment that I feel very, very, I feel touched.
Yeah.
Is that I call on the phone with my grandma, and my grandma lives in Taidong. It's like in the very, very rural,
Very
the
far
mountain
away,
area in Taiwan. And she's my father and my mother was taking her to the hospital and to see one of her friends.
Yeah.
And so they have a call with me, and I want to talk. I just want to talk with my grandma. So I just use Taiwanese to talk, and we talk about our daily lives and what we're going now. And she suddenly told me that, wow, Yan, your Taiwanese getting so fluent. And I felt
That's really nice,
really
isn't it?
touched for all the hard work and all I put into
Finally
it.
paid off.
Finally paid off. And and I told her, I want to practice Taiwanese and want to fluently talk with you. So, so I think that's the moment. There's moments in lives, so I think that's one of
really
them.
special.
Really special for me. So I will put it in my number one.
Yeah.
So I don't think that is arguable.
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Well,
Definitely special.
Okay.
one of the candidate of the election proposed that students should learn Taiwanese in their home.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you know.
But in your case, you did learn Taiwanese in your family.
Yeah. But it's that I have the environment, and I've communicated.
You're willing
with
to learn?
I'm willing to learn. I communicate with my parents, and I ask them for it.
Yeah.
It takes action. I think
Yeah,
every
it
change
definitely
takes
does.
action.
I think it's not that hard when you try to seek it, actively. Because if you don't want to write Taiwanese, it's quite, I wouldn't say it's very,
Very
difficult to
difficult.
start speaking it.
Yeah.
You will improve gradually, but to start speaking, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
If you don't want to write it, because
Right will be hard.
Yeah, quite. I think it's some parts are similar to
Mandarin. Yeah,
some parts, yeah.
Sometimes I think Taiwanese is also an identity of Taiwanese people,
Yeah, it is.
because I'm quite frequently being recognized as a foreigner.
Foreigner. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
to
because
prove-
your Mandarin has like a
Mandarin
slight
has slight
accent.
So
different
to
from-
prove
Yeah.
I'm a genuinely Taiwanese, I had to speak few sentences in Taiwanese.
Taiwanese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah. So that's also why I take such an action. And I would say at first it's from 0 to 1 is quite hard. And it's
definitely.
I speak really crappy at first. I started to speak Taiwanese, try to use every word in Taiwanese with my mother. and yeah, it takes time. Yeah, everything takes time. Yeah. Okay, so that's the
all the
five for
top five us three.
Both three of us.
Do you want to talk a little bit about our New Year's resolutions?
New Year resolutions?
Yeah, maybe Daniel, you want to start? I don't think I have any.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
The New Year's resolution.
So you can start.
But I don't
Daniel?
have any confidence that I can finish
Okay.
one of them.
You have quite a list here.
Yes.
Which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Because since we're now a senior student,
Yeah.
so I think finding a good graduate school will
It's
be
important.
the
Yeah.
first priority.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I'm thinking to apply for foreign school, graduate
Yeah.
school.
Okay.
So maybe getting an admission from prestigious foreign graduate school will be my first priority.
Okay.
Maybe finding internship is the second.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to have more hands-on experience.
With like
With like
what you're going to do with your career. What
Yes,
you're going to do
with
in the future. Yeah.
And yes, because I'm quite interested in the internship in Logitech because they have a game room.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So great.
Yes. I also wish that I can have more than 1,000 fans on my
Facebook fan
Facebook
page.
fan page. Yes.
Spiritual talker.
Yes. And maybe finish my project research since I have already done it for more than 1 year.
Yeah.
That'd be very important for wrapping up all the works you've done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to record in more high quality podcast show with us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Don't we
with you.
all want to do
We
that?
all want to
Yes.
do that. Yeah. Okay, so you have something on your New Year's resolution.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think it's different for me how I think about stuff because New Year's not that special for me.
Yeah.
So I have like resolutions for every maybe couple 3 months. So it's like I always have something to work towards. So I don't really do that at New Year's. Yeah.
So do you have any, Yam?
For me, I don't.
I think you're quite the same as me. We do
Quite
we do
sustained.
resolutions every 3 months or
Yeah,
something.
but
But
for
work
me,
on it constantly.
yeah, we're on constantly. But for me, I will like to. Yeah, for for the so-called New Year resolutions, I would
We
like
don't do
to-
that.
Yeah, we don't do that. I like
Why
for-
only New
yeah,
Year's?
Yeah, why
right?
only New Year's?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also you can put New Year resolution like in any point in the year.
Yeah. So
so-
I mean, it
Yes,
doesn't
that's the
mean
point.
too much.
Yeah, the
like,
scientific
during
mind
New
just
Year,
tells me that New Year's can come at maybe March.
I have a July
You
resolution.
can July resolution.
Maybe just take actions.
Something like that, yeah.
Makes sense. But it's also still a great time point. I would say it's a point.
Symbolic,
for you,
I would
symbolic
say.
point for you
Yeah.
to act on, to have a resolution like that. Yeah.
True. Yeah, so I think that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we want to encourage you to follow us on Facebook, social media, everything.
Yeah. Share your top rewinds for
the
2019
usual,
for
the
us.
usual ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Share your top 5 moments in 2019 with us
Yeah.
on YouTube, and we will be sure to write back to you. Okay.
Okay.
So another happy New Year for all of you guys. I know it's already the new
ready
year,
the new year. Yeah.
but yeah. So we'll see you next week. Bye.
Remember
Bye.
to vote. Bye.
Oh yeah, go home and vote.
Vote.
Remember to go home and
Yeah.
vote. If you're on the train now,
VOTE,
great.
Vote.
If you're not on the train now, go book a train ticket. Okay?
Yeah.
So goodbye. See you next week.
Goodbye.
See you.